Hello and welcome to another VOD review, and this one is one that a lot of us aren't really looking forward to. I guess if you're a Washington Justice fan. If you're an Outlaws fan, everything is looking good. Outlaws actually look quite good in this series. They're playing quite well. Most notably, we see Jake in this lineup a lot in this tournament. I think we saw any Juby with Lucio out of the pool. Jake's almost a mainstay. Playing that brig, he's very, very good at it. It's one of his comfort heroes on the support. And they've just been playing really well. On the other hand, the Washington Justice. Oh, baby. What a shit performance. Not even going to sugarcoat it. What a bad weekend. For one of the few teams that actually played this meta coming into this tournament, they somehow regressed in skill. Like, everyone was like, hey, maybe they're gonna have improved on the offseason, and then like they can maybe they'll make it to Hawaii. Maybe they'll have a good meta for them. We can have Decay play Tracer, Assassin play Sombra. You know, Mag can make it work. Fury on Diva. Oh yeah, it's gonna work. It's gonna work. And they sucked. Like, it was really bad. I think the most notable ones is Assassin on the Sombra, just struggling to get any value with EMPs and just any value as Sombra. And Mag on the Wrecking Ball. And we're actually gonna have a thought experiment here. I don't know if it's called a thought experiment, or we're just gonna do something here. We're going to count how many times Mag dies. This is important. I'm not going to tell you what the result is, but just keep that in your mind when you're watching this game of like, every time Mag dies, just keep that in your mind, and then we'll come to the conclusion of it afterwards, okay? So let's do it. Let's get into it. The only thing good about the Washington Justice right now, in my opinion, is Decay. Decay still fucks. Some things never change. So Decay is still pounding on the Tracer. So we'll keep an eye on him for him as well. No, I don't want to put a counter on the Mag. You guys are the counter. When he dies, I expect to see a lot of numbers coming onto my screen.
5, 4,
Is this the nice map? Yeah, this might be the nice map map as well.
round 1. Capture the objective.
Okay, so we're gonna get mirror comps, except Piggy is gonna play the Zarya. Let's have a look at a bit of Piggy's Zarya actually to start. 0, yeah, good job, chat. You guys are doing it great. 40 energy, you love to see it. One of my biggest problems with this composition is getting energy. I like it a lot more with the Winston, because your Winston can just jump in and you just bubble him and you're always getting energy. Alright, so that's a good dive by the Washington Justice trying to get space. Houston Outlaws have an advantage. The longer this fight goes and the more charge that Piggy gets, if they can keep him alive, they're in a good spot. 1. Everyone happy with that? 1. Alright, so the Outlaws win that after Mag goes a little bit too aggressive. They get punished, and there we are. Thoughts on Wrecking Ball? It's everything. It's easy to just say everything. So it should be a pretty big ult advantage. So they're going to nano Dreamer in super deep with the Tracer and the Sombra. Dreamer does not really get anything done though. Oh, he gets closer though. Dante and closer. So they're going to counter nano Mag into the backline. Mag's going to get grabbed. He's probably not going to die. Okay, nice play. Oh, Dreamer gets slept. It's a good fight for the Washington Justice. Everything's looking good. Let's just watch that back because I thought it was funny. Ah, take that, Diva. Divas think they're so cool because they can fly. Well, not anymore. 2. All right, there's 2. Good job. Let's go. 2. Ha, ha, ha. Alright, Assassin EMP only hits Dreamer and Piggy. This is not a good enough EMP because the follow-up isn't close enough, right? Everyone else is not close enough to follow up on this fast enough, and the supports are just in a pretty good spot. Supports are up here. They do punish Dreamer, but they need it to be better. They do get a great nade, and they hit the Xayah. Honestly, it went better than I thought it was going to go. That could have easily, if they managed to protect them, they would have been good. Oh god, Jake actually lived forever and Dante killed the entire backline. How did Dante kill both supports? Bebe just dies. They just don't do anything to stop him from shooting at him. Did he pack the... Did that pack hit the Ana? Oh, I understand what happened now. He thought he packed the Ana, but he didn't. So he's not... Bebe doesn't get healed at all. Closer doesn't have any Inspire, so nothing's happening. Like, literally, Bebe's just, like, slowly ticking down. Well, that's unfortunate. And then Dante just kills Closer. Closer kind of got gamed by Dante there. Oh, he got hacked at the last second. Yeah, he didn't have recall anyway. Fury goes down. Washington get the cap. But they're going to disengage. I like the disengage, but Houston are going to be able to get back in. No, Winston. What do we got here from Dreamer? Good amount of pressure. Oh, they're going to get the cap for that. Where did Mag end up? So Mag ended up counter diving. 3. All right, 3. There we are. There it is. Okay, we're at 3. If you were here yesterday, you know why we're counting. And it's probably not for the reason that you think it is. Alright, Piggy goes down. They're doing quite a good job. Assassin has EMP here as well. Oh wow, that hit Dreamer. So, Outlaws are very behind, but they have a rally, so they're good. Jake does a good job of catching the pulse bomb. Bebe is getting killed. I think Closer needs to do a better job of keeping Bebe alive. Oh, he gets naded. Nah, Closer can't do anything about that. Great nade from Crimzo. It's like that. That's like the second or third time Bebe's died with like Closer standing next to him. C9. It was probably over, but yeah, it's a C9. Mag, what? Yeah, I know. I'm trying to, I don't want to be too mean to Mag, you know? I've bullied Jimmy before. I don't want it to feel like I'm bullying Mag. It's not the point of what I'm trying to do. But yes. The fight was probably over anyway, so it doesn't really matter, but... Here we go. Just hanging out. Just monkeying around. Okay, so once again, we have different comps. Outlaws are actually playing the Wrecking Ball Diva comp, like the stock standard Wrecking Ball comp. Justice are playing the Winston Diva. Actually, Fury goes back and switches to the Diva with the Ana. So, in this situation, the Outlaws win by just existing and executing a good dive. Justice are the ones who have to go first against this Zen and try and punish Crimzo on this Zenyatta. Oh, get bopped. Because Fury went back, it took a long time to open up, and Houston gets a free cap on the first fight, okay? So because Justice went for the dive, didn't get anything from it, free cap. So now there's even more pressure on the Justice because they have to go because they're losing time every time we take a fight. Jimmy gets slept. Where's Assassin?
I might need this later.
Okay. I feel like there's a pretty big disconnect here. Like, Assassin is on the floor while they're trying to dive the high ground. So Assassin can't actually help this dive at all. Like, if they had Assassin here, this would be a lot harder for the Houston Outlaws to live. But it feels like Assassin is under constant pressure. Wow. Dante gets a little greedy going for that kill on Assassin. Oh, Crimson gets Assassin? Let's have a look at this. We love free caps. I feel like there's a bit of bias in you in there, Liz. Oh, wow, you just picked him again. They're probably dead on the run. So just get the cap. Good job. Now they have the Nano Winston as well, so they should be in a pretty good spot to at least win the next fight. So I don't know what happens here. Like, if they're gonna go for this dive, I don't know why the nano doesn't go off. This feels like there should be a Nano Winston every day of the week, right? I don't really know what happens here, but they don't nano the Winston. So Mag just goes. So, but they don't have a lot of pressure. And then they nano the Brig. So the nano saves his life. Well, actually, I don't even think it saves his life. Yeah, it doesn't even save his life. The nano is used to theoretically save his life, but it doesn't, because he would have low health if it wasn't. So they don't use the nano on the Winston, they use it on the Brig to save the Brig, but didn't need saving. Crimzo gets another great right click onto Bebe, making big plays. But this is a result of Justice not playing fast enough, right? They're not going. You give the Zenyatta space, the Zenyatta will kill people and you will lose people. So Mag gets hacked and dies. 4. Okay, so Houston have the cap. Nice map, and a meme was built. This is a nice map. I think that's gonna be one that's gonna stick around for a while. I don't know why he EMPs. There's no reason, like, he could have individual hacked and accomplished the same thing. It doesn't make sense why he would EMP. Jante would have run away from him as soon as he tried to hack him anyway. I don't know. I don't have much distinction other than that's just a really bad EMP. So the EMP that comes out from Happy is much better. I think it's 3 or 4. I think it's 4. Five. How does Dante just diff him? Oh, he finds him in the basement. Disgusting. Alright, 2 out of the 8 Houston Outlaws in the first map.
Ready for battle.
So we're at 5. Okay? So that, like, let's just take thing, okay? So honestly, that wasn't awful. I would say their biggest issue is when they're playing these Winston comps, they're not taking initiative, right? Like, they're not using their ults effectively. They're not using them efficiently. The Sombra's not diving with the Winston. They're not coordinating with their thing. Their ultimate usage was quite poor. And Bebe's getting punished a lot by Dante in the front line of the Houston Outlaws. Decay's doing okay. Not great, doing okay.
Incoming. Defend objective A.
Oh, this is also great, by the way, if you didn't see this. Just hanging out. They don't know, Pepe laugh. Honestly, it doesn't matter that they don't know because we're gonna go to this pub. Dante gets bashed and gets murdered. That was actually a great counter dive from the Justice. They were so ready for that dive. I don't know where Piggy was on that dive. Yeah, so Piggy's just far away. So that was kind of like a Django Dante. I feel like it was supposed to be like a low risk dive that just ended up like Dante just got bopped. So good bash by Closer. Dante dies. Let's go from there. Sometimes you just get bonked, yeah. Who's the best bull in NA? We don't really know yet. We haven't really seen much of it. Oh, Dante gets got again. So, like, the Justice are playing... okay, so here's my thing about it, right? Justice are getting kills, but my problem is they're playing so slowly, right? Like, so they kill Dante. So Dante dies, right? They are also playing Tracer Sombra dive against a Soldier Zen, right? This should be go time, right? Why? They need to go. Where's this ass? Alright, here we go. Should be go time. Here we go. They don't really commit to the dive though, right? Like, they didn't really fight for it on the high ground. They literally play so passive to the point that Dante comes back, but Dante gets hacked and dies again. And it's like, okay, well. So that was some good counter dives. They did counter dive quite well and get some good picks, but there we go.
Objective lost. Stop the payload.
So we got the visor. Outlaws protecting the high ground. Don't seem to want to do anything. I think they seem to like holding the high ground and playing more passive because they have the Soldier instead of the Sombra. They also probably assume that Assassin has the EMP at this point, so they don't want to step out too much. So they're playing... Houston are playing quite defensive. 418. Alright, so Justice have the EMP now. Nice. Can we watch what the fuck Magnus did there? What did he do? So we're gonna get 12 volts online. I actually did an alt economy on this. Justice actually do quite well here. I don't know what I think. I think I missed what you were talking about. So I'm just gonna keep going. He wrote, oh, that's fine to go back in the back room. Yeah, as a wrecking ball, you go to this thing. But as you can tell, like, nothing is happening, right? Like, we're just so slow right now. Crimzo gets the K. Okay. So we're still not doing anything, right? We're just chilling, vibing out. So I called 418. We are now 318. So nothing has happened. From there to there, we have from here to here. And then Decay dies. Alright, this is a great play by the Fury. And this is a great play by the Justice, if I'm being honest. So the bomb comes out. It's at such a good height that the Crimzo gets forced to use his Transcendence. Forces Diva Bomb as well. So they force these ults. And then Assassin gets into a great position. Jake, unfortunately, is looking over the edge at the same time. He wants to use this rally, but he actually gets clipped by this rally. And that just removes the sustainability from the Outlaws, right? So they have all their positioning. They have their own rally. And Piggy goes down. Django's going to get punished close to this as well. Dante dies. And then they use their own Transcendence. So this is actually great ultimate usage from the Washington Justice. It took them a fucking country age to get it set up, but they got it, right?
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
Alright. So, Justice, good job. They everyone pressed Q, except for Dante. Took them 6 ults, yeah. But here we are. So, Justice have been dominant so far in this map, right? They've been quite good. They got all the kills on the first point. They charged up all their ults. They used all their ults. They've won every team fight that's happened. Quite good, quite good. This is where I got worried it was Houstonable, yeah. $3.15. Here we go. All right, we're going up. We got an EMP. They have another EMP again. They're going up. Pulse bomb onto Jake. Good block. Closer dies. EMP comes late to the party. Like, literally, Closer and Bebe are already in this fight before the EMP comes out, right? And or Mag, right? No mag deaths yet so far in this map. Alright, we're going slow again. We're going around the room. They're close to 4 ults, but Outlaws have a lot of their own ults as well. Okay, Decay gets picked again. Diva Bomb engage. Okay? Diva Bomb engage. Decay's here. Backline's here. Not a bad setup, honestly. They're gonna go for the same thing that they did on the second point. Dante kills Fury, though. Struggling to get onto this high ground right now. Django drops his mines. Bebe uses the trance, clears out the mines. Everyone's chilling for the most part, right? Django goes down, playing defensive. So Visor comes out. So, let me just tell you what happened, right? That was kind of a nun fight, right? Mag used mines, Fury used Diva Bomb, Bebe used... Where did Mag even use his mines? Oh, they're up here. And Bebe used his Transcendence. Outlaws use their Rally, their mines, and their Visor. And a Pulse Bomb, I guess. Assassin gets picked.
60 seconds remaining.
Okay, they have EMP, they have Rally. They're going to be able to enter into this one. Crimzo does have a Transcendence, so Assassin has to catch Crimzo with this. So it'll be interesting to see how they're going to try and set this up.
Time to raise my APM.
I'm sure they'll set it up any moment now. The backline is over here. So if this dive happens, the backline is not going to be a part of this fight.
30 seconds remaining.
Mag's getting set up. Backline's getting pressured. Zen dies because the Brig Zen are over here alone and they worked it out. We have a solo. Actually, I guess here's Dante as well. We have an EMP onto Jangu, but Fury also loses mech at the same time. They use Rally to try and consolidate on this decision. Okay, their rally sort of times out. They ran out of things. Houston is still in the same spot. Piggy Grady on Decay. Fury gets killed. We're in overtime.
Pass into the iris.
Baby gets the Transcendence out, so they're living on the point. They haven't done anything, but they're living. They haven't been able to force Crimso's Transcendence out yet, still. To this time, they still have not forced out Transcendence. Still at 5.
Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Alright, so we're gonna get mirror comps this time. So they're both playing the Tracer Sombra again. This is the comp that Justice should be good at. Outlaws actually look quite good in this series, in this composition. So Justice is giving a lot of positioning here, right? No, their Tracer, their Sombra, or their Wrecking Ball, none of the three of them are protecting any positioning, right? They are all centering around this Brig Zen. They're kind of like herding away from it, but not really controlling any space. Houston actually get onto the high ground, on the point and onto the high ground without a fight. No one has done anything yet. Houston is capping. That's a tick. Assassin gets isolated and died. How does Assassin die? His Translocator breaks? I don't know who caught his Translocator. But his Translocator dies. And Assassin gets punished. Happy killed it? Alright. Alright. Houston Justice losing one player, lose the first point. After losing the point, the fight is over, right? So their backline dies. Okay? Theoretically, they probably should have gone to the point to fight, at least fight the point and then die, but they decided to lose the point and then fight. In a losing fight. Alright. Justice don't have many ults because they haven't really done a whole lot. Oh, actually, I guess they have both their support ults. So that'll be nice for them. They have the EMP as well. Let's see what Assassin can do with this one. Mag is at 5 right now. He has 0 this map. Alright, we got an EMP first from the Outlaws. They EMP the backline, they hit Bebe with it. Great slam by Django. Assassin counter follows up with his own EMP. So they traded both the Zens using the EMPs. They're Washington Justice use their rally and they're going aggressive towards Jake and the backline. But they're sort of split up, right? They can't punish the front line or the backline. Justice are still yet to dive. They just use EMP and rally, but have still yet to make a dive on this map. On this round so far, sorry, on their defense. We got mines. Transcendence. Fury loses his mech, and they use the Transcendence in reaction to that Diva Bomb. Assassin goes down. How does Assassin die? Why doesn't he have a Translocator? So his Translocator breaks. He doesn't realize it. It doesn't seem like it, and he can't get out of there. So Crimzo gets the punish. So we got the rally from Jake. Quite late, but it is potentially winnable. After Dante loses that 1v1 to Decay, probably not winnable. So they actually, instead of chasing these guys as well, they actually let them out, which I think is very strange. They don't chase this at all. They just let the backline out. And the backline is allowed to stay here, so they actually stay in good positioning. And Justice don't have any ultimates. Assassin hasn't been able to charge his EMP fast enough. The Damn Boys played, so someone else broke it. Yeah, I don't know how it broke, but it definitely broke. So once again, Houston have managed to get into a defensible attacking position without having a fight again by the Justice. The Justice have not controlled any positioning, any space, done anything to stop the Houston Outlaws from being able to walk around the map. Happy has EMP. Hits the front line. Dante actually goes down. That was a little slow from Houston themselves, but... Alright, Transcendence goes out for Mag. They're doing a pretty good job of living through this. We get the reverse Transcendence from the Houston Outlaws. Great minds. EMP from Assassin is quite good a little early. He EMP so that it actually doesn't hit Crimzo before he dies. It does hit on the mines, does reset everything. Boom. Washington Justice playing quite defensive, quite well. In terms of like this thing, they're not. This sort of goes to what we talk about when we talk about the Washington Justice. They have good players who are mechanically solid, and they're winning the head-to-head versus Outlaws in a head-to-head fight, a straight-up fight. My problem with the Justice right now is they're not doing anything to give themselves an advantage. They're not playing for an advantage. They're playing to win team fights, right? They're not trying to tip the thing. They're not trying to hold positioning. They're not trying to stop the Outlaws from going for anything. They're not trying to punish the backline, anything like this. They're just letting the Houston Outlaws do whatever they want.
60 seconds.
Baby honestly pounds on Zen. Baby's a very solid Zen. Oh, sorry to hear that, Kalak. I hope I can help just a little bit. Decay gets Dante again. So I think Dante needs to be careful because of how defensive they're playing. I think he's trying to off-angle himself alone, and I think Justice are just catching him. That's the second or third time Dante has died first in these setups.
Seconds remaining.
Alright, so we're going to see the same thing from the Houston Outlaws that the Washington Justice did. Engage with the Diva Bomb, force out the Transcendence. So then Happy will hopefully be able to use the EMP. The EMP Fury on the cart pretty much only hits Fury, hits a little bit of closure as well. So there's no Diva Bomb from the Washington Justice. Mag gets caught on the cart and dies. 6. First death by Mac on the cart. Alright, and that's that. Assassin gets caught on the retreat. So Houston don't have many ults to work with this. They got mines, they're going up against an EMP. They got to make sure they don't get EMP by Assassin, who's probably going to be coming in from this side. As you can tell, they're spy checking. He's got to hit more than just the Wrecking Ball and the Sombra here. Cart's getting close. Justice are playing nowhere near as defensive. They have Bebe and Closure in the open area. Because the Justice don't do anything, eventually, Happy gets into the back line and gets a punish. Is this a solo kill almost? Closer gets hacked. Because Closer gets hacked, Dante and Happy get the hack and the kill. Great play, great play. Oh, Dante's hacks, he's in trouble. Again. Why did we rally? Excuse me? I don't know what that was. 12 seconds left, doesn't matter. I don't know what that is. Rare. The armor's gone already. He didn't have anyone near him. EMP comes out from Assassin and hits only Django. I don't know how that doesn't hit Diva. That's very interesting why it doesn't hit the Diva. Happy returns the favor with an even better EMP. Great transcendences. There's just a lot of everything going on. 7. Mag dies on the card again in a team losing fight. And the Houston Outlaws win that one. Justice have no right losing that fight with that EMP and the ults they have. Closer's rally was way too early. Like, way too early. To the point that it was so early, people weren't even together, so they didn't get value from it. Assassin's EMP only hit the Wrecking Ball. I think it should have hit the Diva. I don't really know what happened there. But only really hit the front line, avoided the Zen, so that the Zen gets a Transcendence. After there's a Transcendence, Jake can use the rally, they win. Because Jake holds the rally till later, they get the advantage and they get that team fight win. We're at 7.
Ready for battle.
Hitting mines is some value? Yeah, no, not if you have Transcendences. It doesn't hit ball. Oh, it hit the Diva and not the ball? Maybe.
Ready for 4.
Do you think this playstyle is why Outlaws had so much trouble with Atlanta, since Atlanta played up their asses at all times? Well, I think anyone can beat the Washington Justice if they play like this. I mean, I think the Justice are applying negative pressure in this game, and that is why the Houston Outlaws looked really good in this one, but against Atlanta they didn't look as good. Literally, Outlaws haven't been forced to do a single thing this match. They haven't been forced to be uncomfortable. They haven't been forced to do, like, they have been able to engage whenever, play defensively however they want, do whatever the fuck they want this entire match. Crimson was playing the world's freest Zen game in a Wrecking Ball Tracer Sombra match. All right, we go to Route 66. We get the same thing. Happy is going to be playing the soldier, though. I think Piggy gets hacked.
I'm gonna have to shoot you down.
Yeah, good hack on a Piggy. Good isolation. Okay, 6v5, right? Time to go aggressive. Let's get a really good dive going, right, guys?
Time to
Let's get a really good dive. Let's get set up. We should get set up and get a really good dive. Yeah, okay. We should 6v5. Good dive. We should set up and dive these people because it's 6v5. We have the advantage. Let's go. 6v5. Set up for the dive. Setting up for the dive. No? Okay, sweet. Okay, 6v6. Okay, we're back. 6v6. Like, you don't even need to dive. They just need to apply pressure. Do something. So they dive once the D.Va is back, but are unable to punish. Crimzo gets the kill on a baby. Yo, did you guys see this? It's crazy, right? Like, here's what happened. They killed the Zenyatta, and then Outlaws decided, hey, we can kill everyone else. So then they kill Closer. And now all of a sudden the Justice have to disengage because the Houston Outlaws are taking space. Interesting. They like bring the Zen with the dive as if like they need to be there. Like Assassin. What the fuck?
I might need this later.
Okay. Simple tips for you guys to summon. The reason you don't put your Translocator in Narnia is because if you have to disengage, you end up in Narnia. Okay, so, but the rest of his team is diving, right? He's had to translocate because he took damage, but he's diving. Decay dives with a pulse bomb. Mag counter dives the Wrecking Ball. Okay. Visor comes out from Happy. I think Happy was expecting a dive along with the rest of the Overwatch League. So he pops his Visor. Doesn't really get any value. We had... Alright, Piggy gets hacked. Assassin has been doing a good job of getting hacks onto Piggy. Caught unaware. Jake's rallying on the cart. Transcendence comes out. That might have been a little bit too early for Crimzo. But now Assassin is going to have the EMP, so he should be able to get a pretty good EMP from this. Once again, only hacks the tanks. Oh, and that's a baby D.Va as well, not even a big D.Va. That's just... I think this might have been the Houston Outlaws... That might have been the Houston Outlaws stacking their support ults a little bit too much. I think Crimson needed to hold his Transcendence and just hope they didn't die. Alright, I think the Justice get it. Eventually. Justice beats the Spitfire. Yeah, no, Justice beats the Spitfire. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves, I think. Alright, so they got their backline up on the high ground in the back. Oh my god, they're both so low. Assassin gets a kill on Dante. Assassin has done a good job of hacking people. I will give Assassin that. He's been getting high value hacks onto a lot of these targets and getting picks and isolations. His EMPs could use a lot of work. Sounds like a lip, honestly. But except he doesn't charge his EMP quick. Like, once again, they get 6v5, but none of their players are taking like Happy should be a pretty easy kill. Or maybe get an isolation on the tanks, push the tanks away, don't allow them to have this positioning. So your backline's a lot safer. So the backline jumps into the backside, and now we're chilling again. We're in a bit of a stalemate, so we're just gonna hang out here for a bit. Happy gets the kill on Decay. Slam goes down, mines go down. Glad the Houston Outlaws should be able to clear that up. But because Decay's dead, you know, everyone's got to disengage, right? They get Jangu. And you can see a growing trend here, right? The biggest trend that I think the Justice are struggling with and why they are doing, the only kills they are getting is on Piggy, Django, and Dante. Frontliners. They are counter diving way too much and they are sacrificing their offensive potential. When was the last time Crimzo, Jake, or Happy died before the team fight was already lost for them? Like, it doesn't feel like that's ever happened. Diva Bomb gets closer and the Diva. Okay, that's that fight done. Decay kills Jake, which is actually a pretty nice kill if he can get out of this. Yeah, he can't. So Jake will be back by the time that happens. All the Washington Justice players are very afraid of dying. I agree. What happened to Fury? He was so good. It's not Fury's fault. It's not all Fury. Fury's still great. This is a prime example of a good player being on a team that doesn't play well as a team, and it makes that player look bad. That's why I always say that it's hard to rank players, because it is Overwatch is fundamentally a team game. Okay, so they got the EMP from Assassin that they can use whenever. EMP comes out and hits the backline, right? The only issue with this EMP is that they're so far away. Like, Crimzo literally gets hit with the EMP and they can't kill him. Once again, Dante's the one who dies. They come back with the rally. Alright, Django does a great job of forcing this Transcendence out from Bebe. So as long as Crimzo uses his Transcendence, like, this is like the same fight as the one that happened on the first point. He said Crimzo didn't use his Transcendence, like, him and Crimzo and Jake didn't stack their ultimates. So by using it later, he can just use it and just give his team so much pressure and, you know, over on Bebe and everyone else. Fury gets Crimzo, well played by Fury. Jake is in Frowny Town. Alright, so Fury loses mech and is probably going down to Jangu. Does go down. They don't have any ults left. Literally, Justice have nothing. Decay kills himself. Bebe gets Dante. Decay doing his best carry impression right now. With the rally from Jake, the game is over. In a map where you get held on the second point, your main tank has to die once. Like, if you do not die as the main tank in a round where you get held on the second point, you're doing something wrong. You're not doing anything for your team. Mag is rolling in, slamming, and then rolling away. than getting a mega, rolling back, slamming, and then rolling away. And he's not doing any accountability. He's not making himself a threat. He's not offering anything to his team. And it's so easy to blame like Assassin or Decay or Fury when all this stuff is happening because like someone just said in my game, how is Fury so bad? He was so great in the thing. Fury is doing his job. He is fighting on the cart. He is following up his dive. He's protecting Bebe and Closer. He's everywhere. But he is eventually getting punished because his team is getting overrun because he is trying to do something.
3, 2, 1.
If you look at some of how, like, I think a great example of how you should be playing Wrecking Ball and the way we claim Wrecking Ball should be played is Fate. But how many times does Fate just fucking die? Like, to random shit. And you're like, oh, that wasn't good. The reason he does that is because he is setting things up constantly. The times that he doesn't get punished, he is doing so much work. And even when he does die from time to time, he is enabling the rest of his team to pop off. He is giving so much space to everyone else on his team. And he understands that sometimes he's going to turbo feed. Sometimes, especially in a Sombra meta and all with the Zen discords, you are going to turbo feed every now and then. You're not playing main tank right if you don't turbo feed. And that is what this whole thought experiment has been about. Is so far, Mag has died 3 times on Wrecking Ball. Twice on Blizzard World, which both happened after the team fight was lost. The team fight is already over. He has not died first. He hasn't done anything. And then on Route 66, he didn't die yet. And I can give you spoilers about what's to happen, but you guys can probably expect what's about to happen in this round.
Routing towards forward barrier.
Look at how far the Outlaws have gone without a fight happening. No one's applied pressure. No one's attempted a hack. No one's tried to stop anyone from doing it. The Houston Outlaws are literally just rolling in. And then they go for a slam and they apply pressure. Look at this great turbo feed by Django. That is what you're supposed to do as a main tank. That looks bad that Django died. If they had managed to get that kill onto Bebe, they could potentially have closed that closer and they could have won that. It's Django dies. That's unfortunate. That's bad. But the reason Wrecking Ball is so strong is because you're supposed to do that so that you can keep going. The rest of his team is completely safe, and they're like, oh shit, that didn't work. That's a reset that takes 10 seconds maybe, 5 to 10 seconds. Actually, Houston Outlaws just fucking committed into this gas station. I think that might have been a mistake from the Outlaws. That was a mistake from the Outlaws. I think they should have just gone back, man. But that's what you need to do. Like, sometimes you just need a turbo feed and go for those slams. Custa's so disappointed because I believed in the Washington Justice that they were going to be able to play well in this meta. We talk about it all the time. I don't fundamentally understand what is going wrong. Like, this kind of play can only come from coaching or from the players like deciding this is the best way to play. Mag is a great main tank. He was one of the biggest prospects coming into this season to be the best main tank in the world. He is a great player. Is he being coached and taught not to do these things? Is someone in his ear telling him he needs to play more passive? Is he in his own head and playing poorly? Like, we know teams that are supposed to be great that start floundering do get a lot of, like, very heavily in their head of like, oh, I don't want to die. I don't want to be the problem. I'm going to play passive. Is that what's happening? If then he still needs to be coached and told that he needs to go aggressive and do things. I don't know if it is the coaches. I don't like speculating on things that I don't understand, but something obviously just clearly looking at the way they play is wrong. And something needs to be changed. Because for a team with this much talent and this many great players and prospects, they need to do better. Bebe gets caught with a single pulse bomb. So if your Zen goes down, I feel like you don't have to be an Overwatch League player to recognize that if your Zen goes down, there is only one direction you can go. That's either back, or well, you can either do 2 things. You either need to run or you need to go in, right? You need to do one or the other, right? They're not doing either. They're just sort of hanging around. Decay's on the high ground. Fury goes to the cart. The EMP goes down. 4v6. Doesn't hit the Zenyatta. And then nothing happens. And then guess what? Guess what you can imagine what's about to happen. Oh, well, shit. Bebe died. Ah, Assassin used the EMP. We didn't get kills. Oh, Fury lost mech on the cart. I guess I'll disengage and I'll run away. Well, there goes the first point. We're gonna use a rally to try and engage 4v6. Oh wow, Crimzo dies. How does Assassin get a solo kill on a Crimzo? I guess he gets discorded. Oh god, it's gonna work and I'm gonna look stupid. Well, it worked. Jake just doesn't have rally yet. Jake has had to deal with negative threats to the point that he doesn't have rally 2.5 minutes into the game. Does he actually not have rally 2.5 minutes in the game? Did he use it earlier? Jake literally just can't get rally with how slow the Washington Justice are playing. He doesn't have anything to heal. He doesn't have anything to hit. Jake's not a bad player who just sucks. He literally hasn't done anything. So actually, that's how they get back. They use the rally. The rally's just such a strong ultimate in this meta. But Jake just doesn't have it. It's the strat. Ah, maybe Washington Justice have worked it out. Can't lose the Brig if Brig doesn't never get the rally. Genius. Genius. But once again, right, like even to the point that I'm making before, they get the kill in a Crimzo, they rally, they have the advantage. Like they got a rally up, Bebe and Closer are fucking jacked and cracked with all this armor. Fury's full health. They don't go. They don't apply pressure. They're just gonna let the Houston Outlaws just disengage from this. They get one kill and they're just satisfied. They don't charge any more ultimates. They don't get any more EMP. They don't get any more pulse bomb charge. They just let them leave. So they walk away. And now Jake has rally because Justice decided to do something. So here we go. If you're the Washington Justice and you're thinking about this and you're all tracking, you need to get the rally out without getting hit by the EMP. You're afraid of the EMP, but you need to get the rally out. You can't give them all the space because they will make it to cart before you can do anything. We get an EMP from the Wrecking Ball, the Tracer, and the Sombra all get free dives. They Diva Bomb engage and kills Crimzo. I don't know how Crimzo gets caught by that. But they rally and that kind of stuff. The backline's dead though. It's unfortunate. That was just good play by the Houston Outlaws. I don't think that was too bad by the Justice, if I'm being honest. They tried to engage, their backline gets caught. It is what it is. Eight! It's kind of funny because he's 8 while he's running away.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
Alright, so now I see the Houston Outlaws trying to set up. And you see like the difference in the way that they're playing. Dante takes this high ground. Django's trying to take this high ground. They're trying to take somewhat reasonable positions. Are they afraid of something? What's Django afraid of? The Sombra? I guess he's afraid of the Sombra. Maybe they're afraid of the EMP. They're actually not taking much space at all. I'm surprised they didn't... Oh, actually, no, okay. Now here comes Dante and Django going around the flank. What are you guys doing? What is the Houston Outlaws doing here? Are they afraid of the EMP? I think they're looking to counter dive the EMP. I don't really know what they're trying to do. Alright, here goes Dante and Django. Alright, now they're looking for the Brig Zen. Oh, Happy found them. So Happy's found them. They found the Brig Zen. Bebe gets forced to trance from only Happy. Closer was too far away. Transcendence goes out. Alright. Houston Outlaws disengage. Okay, Assassin EMP. So the Houston Outlaws are aware of it. Crimzo has another Transcendence up again. So they want to get EMP. They're probably going to try and bait their front line. Oh, Assassin sees him. This might be a good EMP from Assassin. I actually want to see this from his perspective. Oh! Crimzo, here's the uncloak and uses the Transcendence. Great play by Crimzo. Pig actually Diva Bombs defensively as well. Mag gets hacked. 9. Oh, Django dies. Crimzo gets stuck. Oh! Oh! This is what just from your boy Decay's perspective. When all else fails, let Decay play Tracer. Wait for the suicidal pulse bomb, it's already happened. So more summoners be faking MPs. It's happening more in the east than it is in the west. But yeah, definitely. Decay Rookie of the Year. Rookie of the Week. So we got another Diva Bomb engaged. They do love to do this. Wow, that's a great EMP. Unfortunately, they are rallying, so it's not really going to accomplish anything. So it's not a great EMP from Happy. It's not bad. It's not great. Dante gets his Pulse Bomb eaten. Great play by Fury. And this is like, this goes to like, Fury is a great off tank. Decay's a great Tracer. Bebe's had some great plays with the Zenyatta, like, orbs. Like, they have their moments. Okay, so Jake has the rally to counter. Oh, great hack. Forces of Transcendence. And I want to highlight this here, right? Let's use something else as a... Look at how, almost, like, as a group, look at how clean this dive is. And they slam. It just forces out the Transcendence. They force the Transcendence out without committing, like, too much. Like, they use the Jangu Mines. They get a coordinated dive, and then they just force things. We haven't seen that from the Washington Justice at all. Right? Like, where they've committed, forced out an ultimate, and then disengaged, using anything. Every time that Crimson uses a Transcendence, they just win the fight, because they've overcommitted into the fight. Transcendence forced.
Apagando las luces.
They EMP as Mag disengages. 10. So, what was the point of all this, right? The point of the counting is if I tell you that Mag only died 10 times, it doesn't have the same effect, right? He did die sometimes. He had the least deaths. I actually remember talking to the stats guys about it because this was my narrative. He died 10 times. The next person to die the most was, I think it was Closer at 14. But the point of what it is so that you're aware and you're paying attention to what Mag is doing. And it's not just Mag's point. I'm not trying to isolate Mag or say that Mag is bad. The way that they're playing the game is just wrong in this meta. Mag is not getting slams. He's not doing anything. They're not coordinating their Sombra, their Tracer, and their Wrecking Ball. Assassin is struggling to get value out of his EMPs, and he's not moving around the map effectively. It feels like all three of those guys are playing their complete own game, which is fine when you're playing these dives, but you need to sync up at some point. And it feels like they never synced up, and everyone is just trying to be the least amount of a casualty. People are just trying not to die. And this goes back to when I was a player at Dallas. The same thing is essentially happened to the Washington Justice that happened to the Dallas Fuel when I was there in Season 1. We came in being hailed as one of the teams that has the highest possibility to win. We are all said to be great individual players. And what happened after the first stage and after we started accumulating losses was we were like, everyone became the idea of you didn't want to be the player to be the problem, especially with how much criticism is coming out from the public. You don't want to be the problem, the one in the public eye of the person who is being blamed. Because Reddit and the public, they love to blame one person, right? But the fundamental failures is people aren't playing to win. The entire Washington Justice team isn't playing to win. They're all playing to not lose. And they're all playing to not be the problem of why they're not losing. And for that reason, everyone is sucking equally across the board for a team that has so much talent, except for Decay. I think Decay still pounds on Tracer, but everyone else as a team, as a fundamental, just isn't doing anything of their jobs, and that is why it looks so bad. It literally looks like I was watching a match in half speed because of how slowly they were making decisions, how slowly they were engaging. They're waiting for the perfect moment. They're waiting for someone to make a hero play, but no one's making any plays because they don't want to be the problem, right? Don't buy into this. It is one player's fault. I'm not saying it is Mag's fault. It is a breakdown of everything to do with the team. It looks like it's coaching issues. Why are they not being coached in a different way? Are the players not receiving this coaching? They need to do a full reset of their mentality and how they're playing the game, because it feels like they're just riding on individual pop-offs, and they're just not going to get that at this level against good teams. Like, this is why Washington is beating bad teams / average teams from time to time, is because they just have so much talent on their roster. But that's like you're like covering up all the mistakes and all the issues that exist with the Washington Justice. And I thought in the Summer Showdown, this was the moment where they've finally strung it together. They've finally worked out what is going on with the team. They're playing with confidence. They're playing as a team. And then it's so disappointing, and that's why I'm so frustrated seeing it come into Countdown Cup, and it feels like they've regressed like fucking 50% since then. So it's my rant. I think they can be better. They can do better. And I hope that they do. I don't know. Did they play this weekend? Why did they play the Arisicom? Their strengths are not the Arisicom. This should be their strengths. The Tracer Sombra should be their strengths as a dive. They do play this weekend. They didn't have a lot of time to turn it around. Hopefully they can work it out. I don't want to mold too hard. I don't want to blame it on one player. I want to blame the whole Washington Justice team that they need to do better, because they should do better. They have so much talent. Thank you very much. Oh, well, I guess, yeah. Houston looked good. I think that they got given a kind of a free pass against the Washington Justice, just the freedom to play their own game. That's sort of why I think that when Houston Outlaws played again, who did they play the follow-up time? They played against the Atlanta Rain and they got 3-0'd, because Atlanta Rain are an opposite team. They play defensive, they play oppressive. They know how to make it hard for you to play the game, and that's why the Houston Outlaws fell. So Houston looked good in this match, but they looked quite bad in the Atlanta Rain, and they just need that adaptation and to be able to play multiple styles in this tournament, because they sort of really only have that one look right now. So Houston Outlaws also need to figure some things out moving further into the tournament, but at least, you know, Houston have good coordination. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys found it interesting. I will see you guys next time.